Ellwood City Wolverines kicked off the 2023 season last week with a great showdown in Week 0. The Wolverines were looking to make an early statement on the season against non-section Brentwood Spartans. Ellwood was able to move the ball in the first half, but couldn't put up multiple touchdowns on the board. Second half adjustments came through, as the Wolverines strike for 2 touchdowns early in the third quarter, leaning on the shoulders of Elijah Palmer McCain, as well as upcoming Luciano Gagrick. A late push by the Spartans saw the Wolverines' lead disappear, but one last push by Ellwood City and Luciano gave the Wolverines a fighting chance. Brentwood went all in, scoring a late touchdown and took no time, deciding to go for 2. The Wolverines' defense stood their ground as Maddox, Singer & Company ended the Spartans' bid for a win. The Wolverines now look to Week 1 against the recently familiar foe in the Union Scotties. The Scotties come in riding the shoulders of their star quarterback athlete, Braylon Thomas, whose performance last week against Mohawk was like any other. Will the Wolverines improve to 2-0 for the first time since 2011, or will the Scotties continue their recently success on the gridiron? It's the Ellwood City Wolverines against the Union Scotties in a Week 1 WPIAL football matchup. Live next on Ellwood City Sports.
Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you tonight from Ellwood City Helling Stadium, where the Ellwood City Wolverines are hosting the Union Scotties. Great, beautiful night for football. Lots of seats still remaining. Are we making audio here, Brad?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you're close by to the stadium or want to see a great football game, head on down here, folks. We got a beautiful night for football. A lot of sun. We're going to apologize right off the bat. We love the stadium here. It's absolutely beautiful. We got the new turf. Everything looks so fantastic. But this time of year, the 7 o'clock kickoff, we are looking right into the sun here for about the next 20 minutes or so. So bear with us as we wait for the sun to go down behind them trees across the way. Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst, Dakota Marshall on camera once again here tonight. And Brad, a fun week we had here for Ellwood City Sports. We've had some great contests and matchups, football, volleyball, not just our school, but other schools as well. An exciting win last week for our Wolverines. First time since 2014 that they start off 1-0. And I think one of the amazing statistics I saw all week, and I'll let you say something here in a minute, Brad.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Was like 1,730 some odd days between wins at the home field here at Ellwood City. You got to go back about 4 years ago to Brentwood, surprisingly, that we beat and had not had a home win any time in the season until last week. We don't have to say that anymore. We got a 1-0 start for this Wolverine team that, Brad, we can talk about last week's game a little bit. I thought was very impressive. The Wolverines came out strong. Elijah Palmer McCain doing what Elijah Palmer McCain does. We've come to know and love as just a junior. Ran 25 times for 166 yards, 6.6 average. Chris Smiley, quarterback, threw the ball 18 for 31. Not a huge average, 7.5, but I think the key for Chris last week was 0 interceptions.
Exactly.
So he threw for 134 yards. Had some other contributions from the team. Luciano Gagrick, he ran the ball 8 times for 59 yards, 2 catches for 47 yards. Daylon Curie made his presence known with 2 receptions for 45 yards. So an impressive win offensively and defensively. Really shut down the running game of Brentwood. They had none pretty much all game.
Absolutely. And Thad, I'm going to extend off of that. What the Wolverines are looking to do tonight is start the season 2-0 for the first time since 2011. And the last time they did that, Thad, that 2011 team, they did some damage. They made it to the playoffs, and I don't know if you recall this or not. They went down to Freeport in the first round of playoffs. Were down by a bunch of points, came back to win that one by a touchdown, 33-26. So the Wolverines looking for that little bit of that magic ride from
Yes,
2011
for
again.
sure. But tonight they got a tall task ahead of them. Dakota Marshall now. Dakota catching the players coming onto the field here briefly. But Union coming in off of a great season last year for first-year head coach of the Union Scotties, I beg your pardon. And picked up right where they left off. An exciting win, a great game Saturday night. They traveled to one of our section rivals, Mohawk, and defeated them 40-35. Kind of a track meet shootout kind of game in that game. Right down to the end, I think the Union Scotties defense did stop Mohawk in the final seconds of the game as they were driving. We'll be talking about Mohawk again here more in a couple weeks.
And extend off of that, Thad, that was a big game from the primary guy for the Union Scotties, and that was Braylon Thomas. And not only did he run the ball efficiently over 100 yards and a touchdown, he threw the ball well over 200-some yards of offense passing and a couple touchdowns. But more importantly, what you just said, Thad, Mohawk had an opportunity to win that game. They drive into the end zone, get an opportunity in that red zone area, and sure enough, who finishes it off and picks them off? Braylon Thomas.
Right, for sure. But so the Union coming in, they are ranked number 7 in the state. That's a big state, and that must mean they're pretty good to be ranked number 7. Throw some love to Union, having a fantastic 2022-2023 season. Last year, the football team going to the WPIAL finals. The boys basketball team, they made it to the finals. The girls basketball team won the finals, went on, was runner-up in the state. For not a big school, not covering a huge area, they get the job done in that 1A section. So congratulations to them, and I'm sure anybody at Union right now is looking to move that forward. Brad?
All right, so a couple things we want to talk about. Obviously, on the screen now are the standings. The teams that won in the 2A MAC Conference, the 2A2 technically. Beaver Falls, Ellwood City, and Freedom Bulldogs all victorious tonight, 1-0. Mohawk, Neshannock, New Brighton, Western Beaver all unfortunately took losses this past week. And Riverside will officially have their first game of the year.
While you're talking, Brad, they're flipping a coin out there. And this year, one town, one team, one family, the Ellwood City Wolverines. And they have honorary captains. And this week's honorary captain is Grayson Hartman. He's a 6th grader on our 6th grade football team. He's a tight end, defensive end. So, Grayson, great to see you out there on the field. And we'll see you here in 3 or 4 years, all padded up, ready to play a game of football. Brad, back to you.
Yep. There's your starting offense for the Wolverines up on your screen. We'll talk about each and every one of them. We have a little note that Dante Pierce is dressed and ready to go. So you got a 3-headed monster on offense in that backfield. Luciano Gakrick, Elijah Palmer-Kane, as well as Dante Pierce. And that also helps on defense because one of the DBs is Dante Pierce to help out with those substitutions, a position that they had to fill a couple times last week. And we did see it that there was a team, Brentwood, that threw on us, and maybe I don't want to blame it on one individual, but when you lose one guy, it's next man up, and that does change and adjust a couple things.
And we didn't even talk about the kickoff return game with Dante Pierce, one of the most prolific, fantastic returners in the WPIAL. So going to be great to see Dante Pierce back in the fold this evening.
For me, the keys to the game tonight, we talked about it last week to start in the first half, turnovers. Isolate the scramble. Got to keep and protect Braylon Thomas from getting outside of the pocket. Finish off drives. Last week, there was a lot of splash plays on both sides. We got to limit those and make it happen this week.
So, did you see the coin toss? Yes, we're just ready for kickoff here. I'm not sure who won, but
I believe Ellwood won and are receiving.
Okay, Ellwood did win the toss and has elected to receive.
Kicking off for the Union Scotties, you guessed it. It's going to be, I believe, number 2, Braylon Thomas.
So, just here we are, kickoff ready to go, and bear with us for the sun glare. Scrib kick up there, picked up at the 30-yard line, and follows his way forward to the 41-yard line was number 7 of the Wolverines, Anthony Barbario, this 5'8" sophomore, about an 11-yard return. So nice field position here for the Wolverines to start off their first drive of the game. Chris Smiley, the southpaw, coming out there, the junior, started, I think, every game last year, and he'll be back here starting the first 2 games this year. So 1 wide out to the right, 1 to the left, tight formation. There's a quick handoff to Elijah Palmer McCain. And nice tackle there by, I believe, number 24, Mike Gunn. We'll be saying his name quite a bit tonight, both on offense and defense. Got the hands out there to knock down Elijah for limited about a 1-yard gain. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Who made that tackle there, Thad?
Gunn,
Thank
number
you.
24.
Thank you.
So on this 2nd and 9, Smiley under center. Oh, for the Union Scotties. Million got a little quick there on the draw and jumped offside. So an easy 5 yards now for the Wolverines to make it a much more manageable set. Jamal Mitchell, as well as help from his friends on the Union Scotties. Last year, the Scotties beat the Wolverines as we traveled there to play them, and I think we left that night, Brad, thinking that this Union Scotties team was a lot better team than what we thought going into it, and they proved us right as they went on to represent in the Whip Eels. Now, shotgun formation on this 3rd and 2. Quick pass out there to Daylon Curie. Makes the man miss. Up the center he goes. He got a block. He's at the 25. Going to be down to the 20. Taken down there at the 21-yard line by number 2, Braylon Thomas. Big gain on the play at 25 yards. Daylon Curie picking up where he left off last week. Had 2 receptions last week for 45 yards. Keeps his average about the same. They're marking him down at the 22, so officially that's going to go in the books as a 28-yard pickup on the bubble. I'll call it a bubble screen, Brad, for lack of a better word. Just kind of threw it out there, and he made the legs work to get her done from there. Smiley now under center. Handoff. Elijah Palmer McCain meets some quick resistance. Pinballs his way forward, though, to pick up positive yardage brought down by Andrew Cartwright, number 3. Going to give Elijah a pickup of 4 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Wolverines find themselves inside the red zone for the first time tonight. Ball on the 19-yard line. Not a real deep bench as we look across there for Union, but they seem to have a way to get her done. Now Smiley under center, quick handoff there to Luch, and horse, not going to get a horse collar tackle, but that's how he got him, was number 8, Jordan Kelly. Pick up of a few yards there for, that was Gagrick, I do believe,
yes.
Luch. So 3rd down now for the Wolverines. Bring up a 3rd and 3, ball right on the 15-yard line. Internet good now, Brad?
Yep, we should be good.
Very good. Okay, on this big 3rd and 3. Big 3rd down play here for the Wolverines. Smiley under center. Handoff to Elijah. Zigs and zags, and the pile gets pushed forward. And I think we're going to get the 1st down. We haven't got an official call yet.
I think he's going to be short.
He is short, yes.
That's 4th down.
Yeah, so 4th down, and we're going to call it 1. Really, right now, give Union credit. It's kind of hard to figure out who's even tackled them the way they're getting to the ball quickly.
Yeah, I think that was number 70, Zion Waters, on that inside defensive end.
Big play here early on in this game, 4th and 1. Smiley under center, 4th down. Trying to draw him off sides almost, it looks like. Hard count, but he gets it off. Hand off to Luciano Gagrick. 2nd effort. He's going to get a 1st down. Great play there by Luch as he was hit.
I'm going to say number
by
20.
Number 20, Lucas Stanley. We'll hear the Stanley name about any time you play something at Union. And Lucas Stanley get credit with the tackle, but not after. Needed 1, got 2. It's 1st and goal. Wolverines, ball at the 9-yard line. Impressive drive here early on for the Wolverines. Now Smiley under center. Hands off to Elijah. Around the left side this time. Keeps driving forward. I'm telling you what, Brad, we're just 1 drive into this game. But yards after initial contact for all of them. For Elijah, Luch, Daylon Curie was just really making things happen out there. So now it's 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line.
We'll
I
call
think 25 on that tackle, Brad.
We'll indirectly call it Yaks. Yards.
2nd down and 3. The Wolverines drive started on the 41-yard line. Handoff started on the 41-yard line. Handoff. Elijah goes around that. Oh, he got pushed back that time. Didn't mean to jinx it, but give him about a yard. I thought he had pay dirt. Wasn't quite able to get in there. So now 3rd and goal for the Wolverines. From about the, I'm going to call it the 2-yard line. So here's the set. This time, Smiley tries the keeper, runs his way forward into the end zone for the 2-yard touchdown. Touchdown, Wolverines, 6:25 remaining. A beautiful drive there, orchestrated beautifully. I don't think Coach Bradley could have drew it up any better. 1 pass, about 7 runs, 1 penalty on the other team. So now Miss Caitlin Kreitzer will be on to attempt the extra point in a time-consuming drive. When you're playing a high-powered offense, it's nice to control that ball. We didn't talk about that earlier, but 5.5-minute drive to start off the game. Little high snap there. Caitlin Kreitzer, and it is, count it, good, making the score 7-0 as the Wolverines travel 59 yards on that scoring drive to take the lead 7-0. Quite impressive drive there for the Wolverines. Something else we don't usually see too often here in recent years is that first drive score.
Thad, while we have this time here, we'll talk about the series itself. I'm going to call this one this week the Sea of Blue series. The nice teal blue for the Scotties and the deep blue here for the Wolverines. The all-time record, this is the 15th matchup between these two teams. Ellwood City actually has dominated the series 11-2-1, but the past 2 years, Union has picked up those 2 wins. Most points by both teams, Ellwood 44, Union 39. If you look at the total points, Ellwood City crushing Union 311-78, but of those 78, 59 of them have come in the past 2 years. So the Sea of Blue.
Sea of Blue. We got the blue all over the place tonight. And now into kick for the Wolverines. Appears to be number 8, Michael Walters. Kind of squibs that kick down there, taken by one of the up man. Met there as number 9, and he's gobbled up quickly. That time, it worked the squib kick. Gianni Million tried for the return. I'll give him maybe a yard on the return. So a host of Wolverines there to get him stopped. Michael Walters, who kicked the ball, was the one who brought him down and got credit for it. Front line for the Wolverines did great last week on that 3-5 kind of thing. So we got Braylon Thomas, the quarterback for Union, in the shotgun. We could possibly see Lucas Stanley back there, too, from time to time. There's a pitch out there to Stanley. He dropped the ball, but he jumps on it wisely. But all the way back at the 25-yard line, lost 6 yards on the play, did the junior, Lucas Stanley.
That was actually, was that Mike Gunn? Because I thought I saw 24.
No, yep, you're right. I'm sorry.
Nope, you're okay.
Mike Gunn.
It's the numbers and the sun. The sun is perfectly placed.
So
you're good.
Okay, so Gunn there, a loss of, they're going to call a loss of 4. So all spread out now. We got 4 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right with Thomas in the shotgun. He's going to keep her. Going to try. Oh, what a tackle! Great play there by
73.
Number 73, Evan Twaddell. And he was the last line of defense to get him stopped. And he did because Braylon would have had a lot of running room as they had everything spread out on the field. But a great tackle there by Twaddell, really for a loss of 1 on the play. So early going here, 2 downs for Union, negative yards. Going to try to make something happen this time as the ball's resting right on the 25-yard line. All spread out are the Wolverines. All spread out. Thomas, quick pass out there. Oh, he dropped it. Gunn had it in his mitts and dropped it. There was pursuit over there by the Wolverines, but all for naught. It's punt formation now for the Wolverines, for Union. And I tell you what, if you're the coaches on the sidelines of the Wolverines right now, you're smiling big time. You score on your first drive, a 5.5-minute drive, then the next drive for Union, they're 3 and out and actually lost 5 yards in their 3 chances of play.
And Thad, you cannot start any better than that. And a good opportunity here for a big return sets you up with that second drive.
So back to return.
I think that is Dante Pierce.
I believe so. Oh, trying to fake here. Oh, and he is going to punt it. It's partially blocked, and this just went backwards for Union. Braylon Thomas, I guess maybe going with that rugby-style kick, didn't fool the Wolverines as they pursued, and he tried to kick with a man on him. Talk about field position for the Wolverines. What a swing. That
27.
play netted 2 yards.
Yep. My goodness.
So the Wolverines now with the ball on the Union 27-yard line.
Thad, one of our keys to the games. Finish drives. Here you go. Opportunity, 27 yards out. You finish this. You get up 14-0.
Right.
I like where we're headed.
Yep. So now, Smiley in a shotgun. Hands off there. Elijah Palmer McCain. Zigs to the right side. Met there by Gunn and another person. So not much gain on that play. Oh, they're going to give him 2.5 yards. We'll give him 2 yards. Going to bring up down a second down and 7. It is inside the 25-yard line. Logan McClymon's out there doing the center duties, and to his right and left are Shane Lutz and Evan Twiddell, Maddox Singer on the left side, and Ryder Grinnan, the senior, on the right. There's a handoff up trying to right side that time was Luciano Gagrick. Positive yards once again. So pick up of about 2 on the play. Going to bring up third down. And I'm going to call it 6, Brad.
Yep, and this is 2-down territory from here on out.
It is, and on that last drive, what they were 2 for 2 on third down conversions. Am I correct?
Absolutely. Here, you're just looking for maybe a 2 or 3 yard. I mean, obviously you want the first down.
Yep.
But worst case scenario, get me into a 4th and 1. Worst case scenario.
Right. All right. Positive yardage.
Absolutely.
But shotgun now for Smiley. 2 wide outs right. He's going to bring one in tight a little bit closer. Trying to slant. It was well covered. Smiley got time, running around. He misses him, makes a man miss, dives his way forward. He's going to be short of the sticks, but not by much, as number 8, Jordan Kelly, was in there to stop him. But I tell you what, great coverage by Union downfield. You saw what the Wolverines were trying to do, and give Smiley credit. Maybe some of that experience of starting last year coming on now to not try to make something out of nothing. He did have time to throw it.
Yep.
And then he got to scramble a little bit, picked up, 4? So big 4th and 2 here now for the Wolverines, a manageable down for them.
Exactly. This is doable here.
Smiley's going to be under center. Everything kind of in tight. Almost trying to get him a draw off sides. Play clock's down to 5. And somebody moved. Somebody moved, and I'm afraid it's going to go against the Wolverines. False start on the Wolverines. So going to knock them back 5 yards to take that 4th and 2 now to a 4th and 7.
Well, that's not ideal, but you know you're still going to go for it.
Right. As where it stands right now, you're looking at about a 34, 41-yard field goal attempt. So 4th and 7, I think they were just trying so hard to get them off sides, and it didn't work. Lucas Stanley out there, big kid, 6'2", 195. So on this 4th and 7, a little bit of high snap for Smiley. Goes back, got it, wide open! Touchdown! Oh, what a play! Michael Walters, 24-yard pass, and he was wide open in the center of the field. Smiley hit him in stride. That makes the score 13-0. Shocker at 2:06 remaining in this first quarter. And that was drew up perfectly, but more importantly, executed the way you wanted it drew up. Now, Caitlin Kreitzer on for the extra point. There's the snap. Good snap. Kick is down. It is up and count it. Miss Caitlin Kreitzer makes the score 14-0. 2:06 remaining. We're going to take a quick timeout. Holy man. Welcome back, folks. 14-0 here. 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Walters with the kick and kind of falls in there. No man's land on the 16-yard line. In around right side comes Gunn. There's a holding, but he didn't call it. Gunn. No, they did it now. All the way out to the 50-yard line. But Trent Schilling, I didn't get held that tight on my wedding night. He got held and gave room for Gunn to run around. And the officials did see it as well, so it's going to be holding.
And number 28 with that tackle, Brad.
Perfect. Thank you. So Ethan Patterson.
So it was a nice return, but
Yep.
negated by the holding. Holding happened at the 45-yard line. They're going to march it all the way back to the 40-yard line. Going to march it back to the 30-yard line. So I was just saying to Brad there during the timeout in this first quarter, about 10 minutes gone, 14 offensive plays for the Wolverines, 2 scores, 3 offensive plays, -9 yards for the Scotties. All spread out again. This is where you see Thomas run. 4 to the left, 1 to the right. Wolverines. High snap, gets around, just picks the ball up, he breaks the edge. There's Thomas, up that left side he goes, makes a man miss, and just like that, Cuckoo, he's gone all the way into the end zone for 70 yards. That's what scares you about these Union Scotties, and we saw it right there, one play, took 12 seconds to that drive, and all of a sudden Union's right back in it with the touchdown, extra point forthcoming. And Brad, I think everybody in the stadium knew that play was going to happen that way. But he just outran that edge.
Yep.
And speed, you can't coach speed.
Speed kills right now at the high school level. Once you get out in the open, one man to beat.
Give them credit.
Yep.
I mean, the Union, they had to block
Absolutely.
in there. They gave him enough room to get there. So now on for the extra point. 25's the holder.
I think 20.
I think so, too.
20,
There's
yeah.
a snap. The kick is up, and it is good. They cut the deficit in half, does the Union Scotties. Number 20, Lucas Stanley, with the extra point. Stanley, you'll see him in basketball season this year, or you can go see his dad teaching at Ellwood City on Tuesday. That's what I love about these close. You know that when we're playing these schools that are close by.
Lawrence
there's,
County.
There's connection.
It's Lawrence County.
Lawrence County. We're in Beaver County, Lawrence County, and you have those connections. But Brad, we were chatting last night via text, we do every day. But we said after the Mohawk game Saturday night as we were watching, hey, this Braylon Thomas, he's the real deal, and we saw it right there, one run for 70 yards.
Absolutely. And
so regroup for the Wolverines, but they got to be still feeling good. You're up 14-7.
Yep.
Now getting there one of them, time-consuming drives to make it happen. The one thing I'm liking about the Wolverines' offense is we're seeing it in the run, and when they are passing, it's effective. Smiley's 2 for 2 tonight with 47 yards.
Ballpark range, yep.
Yep, I give guesstimates. But stick around halftime, folks. No guesstimates there, Brad. We'll have all the halftime stats and out-of-town scores once we get done watching the bands. So, I believe it's Braylon Thomas kicking off. I'll just keep moving over this.
No, you're okay.
The
sun
is window's killing me.
Oh, it's rough.
There's Thomas with the kick, and it's going to be taken there at the 27-yard line by number 7, brought down at the 40-yard line. 13-yard return for Anthony Barbario.
33.
And we'll credit on the special teams, Chad Siddall
Yep, Siddall. Yep.
with the tackle. So Wolverines now still up 14-7, buck 39 in a very fast-moving first quarter, I might add.
Absolutely.
So now the Wolverines back on offense. They're 2 for 2 tonight. 2 drives, 2 scores. Shotgun sidecar to his right and left is the junior Smiley. There's a handoff to Elijah. Oh, gobbled up in the backfield. Big time in there quickly was number 53, Jamal Mitchell, standing at 6'2", 210. He looks bigger than that as he brought Elijah Palmer McCain down for a 2-yard loss. I can't believe we're like just a little over a minute to go in this first quarter. We're still in the sun. By halftime, we'll be out of it. So on this 2nd and 12 ball on a 39-yard line, Smiley back to pass. Got under pressure, wisely throws it away. He was in the grass. I believe that was big number 78 in there, applying the pressure. Jordan Brown, who coincidentally, Jordan Brown was the Newcastle News. Cody Patterson had a great article in there today about Jordan Brown being the lineman of the week. I knew we'd be calling his name tonight. So a shout out to Cody, our friends at the Newcastle News, on a great article. And congratulations to Jordan for being selected Lawrence County's lineman of the week. He disrupted that play, incomplete pass. First incomplete pass for the Wolverines tonight. Now on this 3rd and 12. Back to pass. Pressure coming. And took him down. He had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Did Chris Smiley. Sacked for a loss all the way back at the 18-yard line. Delayed blitz. Did you get that number, Brad?
Yeah, number 3 and 53, but 53, Jamal Mitchell with the primary tackle.
I tell you what, he came from that linebacker position untouched. He went about 8-9 yards and looked about 2.5 seconds. So first punt for the Wolverines tonight as Declan Gray will be standing inside his 15-yard line. High end-over-end kick. Beautiful punt. Fair caught there by Gunn. Wisely played by Gunn at the 42-yard line. So Union defense gets a stop. Did you think there were some adjustments made there, Brad?
Absolutely.
I mean, they shot the gaps, it looked like to me. And I tell you what set the whole thing up is it's the difference between 2nd and 12 and 2nd and 6. It makes that playbook for the offense, makes that playbook for the defense that much different. And that series started with a 2-yard loss. So now, 25 seconds remaining, 4 wideouts left, 1 to the right. We've seen this before. Braylon Thomas now. Wolverines all spread out this time. Stutter steps. Fine. Makes a man miss, and up that sidelines he goes. Made something out of nothing was Braylon Thomas as number 55, Maddox Singer, was over there to persuade him out of bounds, but not after a 4-yard gain. Out of bounds stops the clock now with 17 seconds. Thomas right now, do you remember 2 years ago, Brad, when we watched Huff from Beaver Falls?
Yep.
Who went on to play, is playing at Syracuse. Just very similar, almost like
it doesn't
gets the ball and just kind of stops and waits.
It doesn't look like he's running. Those long strides,
and he just kind of waits to find the hole. This time going short sides on the far side. So we got 4. And snap under pressure, throws it down there, and tried for the coverage, but Elijah Palmer McCain was all over him, and he impeded. If the throw would have been accurate, it probably would not be a pass interference, but it did not allow the would-be receiver a chance for the ball. So going to be a pass interference against Ellwood City, their first penalty of the night. They're going to march all the way down to the 40-yard line. Boy, you love this turf, but boy, it sure does make it nice for reading lines and numbers. So that's a 15-yard penalty via the pass interference. So 1st and 10, ball on the 40-yard line now for the Union Scotties. Quick pass out there to Gunn. Up that left side he goes. Got a blocker. Falls his way forward for, I'm going to say, 7 yards. We got a flag in there. I hope it's not late hit. by the Wolverines because that's ill-advised. Penalty flag stops the clock.
I think he got 5 yards there to the 35, so we'll see what happens
Yeah,
here.
personal foul.
Yep.
And it is going to be of the 15-yard persuasion. So when you got a good offense that can score quick, you can't give them 30 yards on a drive.
No,
and the
you
Wolverines
cannot.
and the Wolverines just did that. So via the penalty, 2 penalties for to give them 30 yards now. Union now with the ball right on the 20-yard line. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Braylon's going to try the center this time. Rolls his way forward in the pocket. Not much running room there. Maddox Singer getting up from the bottom of the pile. And he had some help from his friends in there. Luch Gagrick was in there. So at the end of 1, we find a score 14-7 in favor of our Wolverines. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Started this second quarter. Wolverines leading 14-7 on a 2nd and 8 ball on a 19-yard line. Union Scotties are making some noise. A reverse gun around that side. Good stay at home by the Wolverines. Great defense there. Dominic Hogue knew what he had to do, and he did it. To really we're going to give him a loss of 3 on that play. Little trickery with the reverse there. Did Union Scotties, but all for naught.
And actually, I think he lost 3 yards on that play.
He did, yes.
He did.
Yep. So going to bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Two down territory, no doubt.
Bowen out over the ball, the center for Union. 2 wide outs to the right, 2 to the short side left. We got a whistle on the play. And we got a timeout.
Timeout because
by,
they had 1 second.
Yes, play clock was down to 1. So good eye there, Dakota. Folks, what a great week we had here so far. I mentioned that in the pregame. Girls volleyball finds themselves 1-1 in 2 very, very thrilling matches. They lost in the final set to Blackhawk and pulled out a win in the final set against Ambridge, and they are actually traveling to Union tomorrow to take on the Union Scotties.
Easiest way to sum those 2 games up, if you're a fan of high school sports, you're happy. If you're a fan of Ellwood City, you're probably having a heart attack once again.
Yeah, trying to. And that's the thing, we talked about that, Brad. Our volleyball games have been competitive. Our football game was real competitive. Union's football game was very competitive last week. Golf, they're doing their thing, working hard, getting some wins. Tennis, soccer had their first ever match here at Helling Stadium Tuesday night. Unfortunately lost to Mohawk. They'll be back here again this week, Thursday night, and you will be broadcasting that, I do believe,
yes.
Brad. So after the timeout, Union with 2 remaining on this 3rd and 11, ball on the left hash mark. A lot of room on that right side for Braylon Thomas. They got 4 wide receivers, and they're going to try following him on the short side. Oh, makes the man miss, keeps it going, goes the other way, runs into his own man, pinballing around, making something all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Finally, Twiddell with the tackle.
I don't think he got enough for the first down, but all 11 players, I think, from Ellwood City got their hand on him at one point. and was not able to get him down. I mean, I really thought I was Maddox Singer had him for about a 1-yard gain. Huge down here for both teams as we're standing here at 4th and 1. 18 seconds on the play clock as Braylon Thomas comes in.
That was Ellwood City. That was an opportunity to force like a 4th and long.
Yeah, that's the
4th and
problem.
1.
That's the Thomas just pinballed his way around there. Once again, left hash mark, 4 wide outs to the left. Will they go left this time? Little high snap. Up the middle goes Thomas, and he is going to have enough for the first down. Written down there by Declan O'Brien from behind. Needed 1. Going to give him about 4. So the Braylon Thomas show took a while to get going in this game, but now we got full effect going on it.
I'm going to call him Thomas the Tank Engine.
But you know what?
I think I can.
But, he's going short side. Yep. Everything is so crowded. He's falling 4 wide receivers / tight ends on the short side and finding holes. If you're thinking you got 30 yards to the other side and looking for a lane, I think that tells you the coach appreciates play clock down. There's Thomas. Zigs and zags, rolls his way forward. Driven down nicely from behind was Twiddell, limiting that gain to about really no gain on the play. They're going to give him 1. Second and goal now from the 5-yard line.
And if you're the Wolverine defense, you just want to make them earn it. That
Yes.
play clock is rolling again. It's down to 10 seconds. It looks like we may have another timeout possibly.
I think they just are doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you see them going to the sidelines. So another timeout taken by the Union Scotties with just under 9 minutes to go here in this second quarter of play. Hey, don't forget, folks, for every win that the Wolverines get this year, our great friends down at Michael's Furniture is going to donate $100 to Ellwood City Meals on Wheels. So a huge thank you to Michael's Furniture. They already guaranteed they're going to give $500, but they are, like we are, counting on the Wolverines getting more than 5 wins this season. So huge thank you to Michael's. If you need a couch, need a microwave, need an oven, whatever, go down there and check them all out. Also during this timeout, the Thursday night dinners, the long-time tradition of the Ellwood City Boosters. They put things together. Urban legend has it, Brad, that they fed David the night before he met Goliath down at the creek with the slingshot. That's a long time. But the Thursday night dinners, last night the dinner was the parents, Tyler Amacone's parents and Richard Curitan's parents served pizza from Johnny's at the Lincoln High School cafeteria. So huge shout out, thank you to the Amacone and Curitan families for feeding probably about 55, 60 very hungry young men. So after the second time out in this series, second and goal from the 5, different
There's that Stanley.
Stanley in there. Oh, going to try the pass. Braylon Thomas makes a man miss. He's around that right side, looking way in the end zone, and actually he wisely threw that out of bounds. Was that Luciano Gagrick applying that pressure?
I believe so.
Luch made that, busted that play up. Not what the Union wanted to do, as Thomas was thrown from about the 22, 23-yard line, and he just threw it out of the end zone wisely. Coverage was great downfield for the Wolverines.
I was going to say a couple adjustments. It almost seems we got 2 guys keying on the left side and the right side. So if somebody comes in a lateral or to the left, somebody was there. It comes to the right, like you said, Luciano Gagrick just following along. That ball had to be thrown away. There was no window at all.
So another 3rd and 5 here. Players coming in as Thomas with the play with just 9 seconds remaining. And they got to get this play off if you're Union, and they know they got to hurry. They're at 4 seconds, 3 seconds. 2 seconds, they get to play. Oh, they called.
I think they called their 3rd and final timeout.
Man, if you're Union, you've got to be getting a little crazy right now. That's 3 timeouts in the last 5 plays, and it wasn't situational football. It was because the play clock was going to get down to 0.
If there's only one thing, at least it's the first half, where, okay, it happens, but second half, man, those could be crucial if you lose
but there's
early.
a lot of time left. You're at
There
8:45 remaining here in this first half of play.
And you never know what happens with those last 2 minutes of a half.
Oh, I think if you were a coach, you always want one in your pocket there.
Absolutely.
Under the 2 minute. Well, there's no 2 minute warning in high school, but under the 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Union coaches having words about something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The head coach for Union, Scotty's coming out, and I think it's about when that clock starts. Listen, when that ball is – when that snap occurs, when the whistle's blown and the ball is set, it goes. It goes.
So after some debate, this is turning into a longer timeout.
It is. And I tell you what, the officials all come together to the right here of the Wolverines, and they're having a conversation.
And maybe Union's onto something because it is very okay. It appears all is well.
Hey, are you guys putting the play clock at 40? Yeah? I think he's trying to tell you to make sure you're reset.
Now it's at 25.
Right. So during this, when a timeout occurs or anything like that, stoppage, it's 25 seconds. When it's in play, it's 40.
Right.
And it should drop down.
Keep the play clock on the field.
Wow. So the officials are going to keep the play clock on the field instead now.
Well, I think they're going to keep.
So they want to turn off the 25 seconds at both end zones.
We'll wait and see if that happens. I think that's speculation.
I think
We're
so
just
too.
hearing bits and pieces. So big play here, 3rd down and 5, and 3rd and goal from the 5. This time Braylon Thomas is in the quarterback position. 4 wide outs to the right. I think he's going to get that ball and come left. You wait and see.
I think they're still waiting on the 25 seconds, and they just said they're pointing. They're going to keep the play clock on the field. I've never seen someone ask for something and it be granted.
So the whistle blew, and the play clock is not going.
Right,
on
so
the
they're keeping it
sidelines.
on the field.
So Thomas. Oh, lost
That's
the
a
hand on
fumble.
the ball. It's a fumble. Picked up.
Go,
on his
go,
way.
go.
He goes. It's
Declan
Declan O'Brien.
O'Brien.
He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown. Ellwood City, 90-yard fumble return for Declan O'Brien. Wow, what a change. Union knocking on the door. 3rd and goal from the 5. Thomas goes back to pass, loses the handle on the ball. 3 Wolverines there. Declan O'Brien says, hey, I'll take that, and scampers some 90, I'm going to call it 90 yards unofficial.
Yep.
Wow. Wow is right. Talk about a big swing.
Change of events. Splash plays.
Yes.
The unconventional
Yes.
way.
And there's no better way to points off a turnovers. What better way it is that?
Yep.
A pick 6 fumble return for a touchdown, and we just saw it there. Now Miss Caitlin Kreitzer on. Declan Gray holding. Here's the snap. Good snap. There's the kick, and it is.
It's good.
Over the rail. It's good. It's 21-7. It looked like we were going to be tied up, but Wolverines up by 2 scores. Timeout for us as well. Welcome back, folks. Big time score for the Wolverines on the fumble return of 90 yards by Declan O'Brien, making the score 21-7. One play 90 yards. Now, Walters in for the kick. Kicks it down there, picked up at the hash, doesn't quite get it, and just jumping on it wisely was number 33, Chad Siddall for Union. I tell you what, right now, I mean, if you were just watching this game, you're thinking, boy, Union, they're playing well. But the Wolverines able to capitalize on their mistakes, capitalize on stopping them early. The Wolverines taking advantage of those early field positions, and then points off turnovers. We talk about it all the time.
And I would say the intensity right now on that Wolverine sideline has just been like engulfed on the field.
It's a whole lot different.
It is
if the score
different.
was 14-14. Now you're sitting there 21-7, 8:26 remaining. 4 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Braylon Thomas all back there by himself. This time he goes back. He wants to pass. Throws it, slings it down there, and off the outstretched fingertips of number 3, Andrew Cartwright, the 5'9", 180-pound senior.
Good pressure once again, forcing Braylon to go to the left side of the pocket, and he is a righty.
There was also a nice interview in a column by Cody Patterson. I believe it was Cody in Newcastle News. You know, Braylon, huge contributor last year to this team. This year, hey, I know I can use my legs. This year, I want to use my arm. And boy, he can throw a dart. We've seen it a couple times tonight. Yep. But you can almost tell, though, there's times he's like, I want to take off and run, but I'm going to wait here and try to throw. And that time, the ball goes incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now for Union. Tight end there to the right, on the right side.
Stanley
Coming
behind. There's Thomas in. Yep, here we go. Right
Stanley
out to Thomas,
out
wide
there
open.
To Tom, and there he goes up that left sideline, makes a man miss. Ridden down there nicely by number 28 of the Wolverines, Ethan Patterson. But that play, I didn't want to say it was slow to develop. It just kind of
and nobody followed Thomas.
And a nice run. Yeah, no one picked up Thomas out of the backfield. So goes from the 27 all the way out to the 47. So my math gives that about a 20-yard gain for Union. Stanley 1 for 1 on the night. So Stanley, a different quarterback than Stanley, I do believe. Not sure who's back there with a number. And timeout. And I think Coach Bradley saw something that he wanted to talk about with the defensive core that he had on the field.
I'm okay with it. When you start seeing 2 to 3 different quarterbacks, we gotta sit back, take a breath, see what's going on here.
But hey, on the Wolverines defense, hey, you got to give a shout out there to Evan Twiddell, Ryder Grinnan, and Maddox Singer. Your front 3, they got their hands full all night. But that 5-man, I'll call it 5 linebacker, 3-5 defense. You got Daylon Curie out there, Caden Daccio, last week's defensive player of the game. Declan O'Brien, we've mentioned his name, doing great things here tonight. Luciano Gagrick, we call him Luch, and Declan Gray. You also see Palmer McCain and Dante Pierce. I don't know if Dante Pierce is out there, along with the safety, Dominic Hogue. Sun glare is gone. 1st and 10 now. I still did not get the number. Who's in there at quarterback? Back to pass.
I think it is Stanley again.
Stanley, he's airing it out, going way down there into double coverage. Oh, wow, what a catch by number 21, Dane Junkie. How did he do that in double coverage?
Yep.
Junkie standing there at 6'2", got up over everybody for the 54-yard touchdown pass. Stanley to Junkie. Junkie had 8 receptions last week, 3 touchdowns last week in his 150 yards, and he just got 53 yards right there.
That was a product of a kind of underthrown ball that both Wolverine defenders were there, but mistimed their jump.
Yes. It was kind of a duck going up there. So now in to kick the extra point is Lucas Stanley. He threw a touchdown. Now can he kick the extra point? And gets it over 21-14. The big plays for Union is what's keeping them in the game tonight. They had 1 scoring drive of 1 play, 70 yards. That drive there was 4 plays, for, what was that, Brad? 60.
That was a 54-yard touchdown pass.
The drive was 74 yards.
But after that, what was it? Two big throws for big yardage.
Right, 20 yards and then a
Unbelievable.
whole bunch more.
I don't think you and I would have predicted 35 points still with 7 minutes left in the first half.
You didn't ask me beforehand,
Yeah, I don't think this way at all.
but I would have thought we would have saw a lot more scoring. So now the kicking off will be the senior Braylon Thomas for Union. Wolverines, you kind of see what Union can do. So let's keep that one-score lead.
Well, I was going to say, so far, Ellwood matching it.
They have been able to do that. And that ball is going to be picked up there by Curie at the 20 and gets about 1 yard return. Not much more there for Daylon Curie to deal with. So our great football booster president, Brian Partridge, just delivered pizza. I liked him before. Oh, there we go. I liked you before, but I like you even better now. That's loaded nachos right there. Folks, if you come out to the ball game, come hungry. They do a great job down there in the concession stand, and they got nachos. They just loaded us up. Awesome work by our football boosters.
They put them on the heater.
We
and
love
it smells
them,
good.
and I get the feeling they love us. They treat us really well. Wolverines now, 1st and 10 from the 22. Flag on the play is hit there hard.
Yeah, it's going to be
3.
a false start, I believe, by the Wolverines. Somebody moved early.
It was Andrew Cartwright with the tackle.
I like that play call in a sense.
I did too.
Get it out in the open real quick, but I have a feeling somebody moved too early as they talk to the Union sideline there. Yep, false start on the Wolverines. They're going to decline it. Okay.
Well, you only gained 2 yards on the play, so why not take the down?
Okay.
So, I left home with cough drops.
I do have some in the
That stupid
back.
thing has like 18 pockets in it. I can't find nothing. Handoff to Elijah Palmer. Zigs and zags, made something out of nothing. Positive yardage. That stop runability of Elijah worked there to make some positive yardage. I'm going to give Jamal Mitchell, number 53.
I saw 25 in there also.
Okay, so a pickup of 6'4", Elijah Palmer Kane, setting up a long 3rd and 2 here for the Wolverines.
So back handoff to Elijah. Hitting the backfield and gobbled up there. Number 9 was in there immediately. Gianni Million going to bring on a punt formation now.
Those are the calls
for
where
the Wolverines
don't like them bouncing outside. Those shoulders have to be north and south on a 3rd and 2.
Well, I think a lot of it depends on what you're going up against. If you don't have a lot of speed, if you're going against speed and you got it, run out there. But that time, Million was there to meet him. Declan Gray now with the punt. And that ball is going to go out of bounds, not where he wanted it to.
No.
At about the 43-yard line. So a 14-yard punt for Declan Gray. So we now know what I'm doing at halftime, and that's eating nachos and finding a cough drop. I beg your pardon, folks.
If
The two will go hand in hand.
yeah, I do have cough drops here.
So now, Union, best field position of the night as they are starting in Ellwood City territory at the 43-yard line. 6:22. As fast as that first quarter went, the second quarter is making up for lost time. Thomas now fakes the run up the middle, goes around that left side, met there. Pancake! Get the maple syrup. We got pancakes on the field as Declan Gray came up to finish him off. But not after about a 5-yard gain. And Thomas is taking himself out of the game, going to the sidelines. Running, he seems to be okay.
Yep, took his helmet off, so But that's just a little bit of. I have a feeling it's an equipment issue. I'm wondering if
I
his
wondered
helmet
that too.
went.
I wondered that too. Now Stanley coming back in. We can't really look at the play clock because it's stuck on 25 seconds. So Stanley now in at quarterback. The junior, 4 wide outs to the right. This formation they've been running most every play out of. Looking, goes downfield, going deep downfield in double coverage. Dominic Hogue with great defensive there to bat the ball away. The would-be receiver had the presence of mind to keep his feet in bounds. He actually looked down to see where that was. And Dominic Hogue got in there at the last minute to break that up.
So that sets up a 3rd and manageable but long 4 yards here for the Union Scotties. And it looks like, once again, Stanley's going to be at the quarterback position for Scotties.
Right.
Yep.
And Thomas is not on the field currently. So 3 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left. High snap. Stanley, he's got room to run. Can he make a man miss? Taken down. Short of the line again.
That was Daccio and Ethan Patterson with the tackle. And that's going to set up a 4th and about 2.
So the big guy in there, Perry DuBois, PJ in there, the 5'11 sophomore, going to plug some holes in the middle this time on this 4th and I'm going to call it 2, 4th and 1.
Yep.
So big play here for both teams. 4:45 remaining on a rolling clock here in this first half of play. Now Thomas back in the game. Gets a snap, high snap. Quick throw out there to
Wide
Gunn.
open.
Wide open he was, makes a man miss, and he's going to walk in to the end zone for the Union touchdown. 34-yard pass. Thomas to Gunn.
Wide open.
Wide open he was. He just kind of snuck in there underneath everybody and had a path into the end zone for the touchdown.
That was about a 34-yard touchdown pass for Thomas. He's out for 2 plays, comes back in. What do you know? Puts points up on the board. So we got a PAT attempt here for the Scotties. And after all this craziness in his first half, 1 point away from Stanley tying this ball game. 4:27 remaining first half. Orders number 25 here. That is Grayson Blakely. Kick is up, and it's good. And that'll tie the ball game at 21 apiece. 4:27 remaining first half. We'll take a timeout from Helling Stadium.
Welcome back, folks. An exciting first half of play here. If you like offense, you've got to see a lot of it as each team has scored 3 times. There's Thomas, the run up and the kick. Taken at the 22-yard line by Dante Pierce. Tries to find a hole in the middle and pinballed around there at going to be brought down at the 42-yard line. So about a 20-yard return for the junior Dante Pierce. Good to see him back on the field.
Number 44 coming out at the bottom of the pile.
Andrew Thompson. Give him credit with some help from his friends. So the Wolverines sit here, 2 timeouts, lots of time on the clock, 4:19 in this tie game, 21-21. Really give Union credit. They've kind of clawed their way back into this to not let this get completely out of hand. Wolverines, we'll get numbers at halftime, but right now the Wolverines offense needs to do something. Smiley looking, throws it, and just going to throw it away.
They could.
He was inside the little tackle box, but
I think they're going to say Curry was just close enough.
So coverage by Union downfield was really good.
Absolutely. It's kind of good that he didn't throw it to Curry, because if he did, that may have been a pick six possibly waiting to happen.
That was, sometimes an incomplete pass
and
is
I think
the best play.
And I think you're right, Thad. So far, the Wolverines' offense real good in first quarter. Now, like you said, it's getting a little bit predictable. They're going to have to throw a curveball here or something.
Right. So I wish we had that play clock. You don't realize how much you look at it until you don't have it. There's a handoff to Elijah. Pinballs around, makes the first man miss. Oh, dragged down nicely from behind was number 53, Jamal Mitchell. He saved for Union. It made for being an 8-yard gain. Could have been a whole lot more.
I almost thought there could have been a potential for a horse collar, but he did get around the front shoulder there.
We've seen that a couple times tonight now,
Yeah.
Brad, and we're not questioning the officials. It's just like at first glance you start to think we got a horse collar going on. 3rd and 2, ball right at midfield. Smiley trying to go up the middle, and the Powell pushes forward.
All right.
Love the front line play there. The Wolverines pushing forward, and that is going to be enough for an Ellwood City first down. And just thinking off the top of my head, Brad, that's the first down the Wolverines have had here in about 3 series of play.
Absolutely.
2 series of play.
Yeah, a long time.
So, seeing positive yardage, 3:22, as I said, 2 timeouts remaining. Lots of time here. Luch in the backfield along with Elijah Palmer McCain. McCain gets the call around that left side. Finding some legs is Elijah Palmer McCain. That's going to be close to another Wolverine first down, and it is. So a pickup of 10 there for Elijah. Elijah kind of held in check so far to this point of the evening. So another first down for the Wolverines. We'll take them. Now Smiley under center, kind of same formation, everything in tight. Almost moved at Union. Elijah, quick hole, and the hole closed quickly. Not after about a 3-yard gain.
Once again,
Dwayne Jonke with the tackle.
Yep, doing offense and defensive specialties here.
So 2nd down now. 2:48 remaining.
Letting the clock roll a little bit, getting some positive yards.
Well, yeah, and not really hiding anything right now. This time, though, they do go to Luciano Gagrick and driving his way forward, made something out of nothing. I thought he was going to get tackled.
He took 4 people with him, too.
He did, as he went down 4 people forward. So picked up of about 5 on the play. Jonke again with the tackle. Now a 3rd and 2. Wolverines would love to finish this drive, finish this half. Quick handoff there to Luch. Up the middle he goes. You need a first down and 2 yards. That's the guy you give it to. And I'll give a shout out there. Number 72, the senior Ryder Grinnan. He was really making things happen.
Yep. And now you got it. Now you're in that 25-yard range. Now you want to speed it up just a little bit.
I'm thinking that too, Brad. Just under 2 minutes of play now. 2 timeouts. Ball on the 25-yard line. Hand off to Luch. Try to move the Powell forward. And I think that's about 6 plays now. Same formation. Maybe the left side you go over, maybe the right side you go over as a defense. But they're getting yards off of them.
Right.
That's the key. 3 yards here, 5 yards there.
I think you may see potentially a play-action pass. Maybe
Well,
out of the
I just
backfield.
wonder, is Coach Bradley setting them up for that?
Yep. Maybe something out of the backfield. Ooh, he did get back and reset.
That's the frustration. There's Elisha. Up the middle he goes. Once again, handoff. 2 years ago, he would have set a pile of dirt, but on the turf, don't have that issue. So, pick up a 5 on the play. Wolverines kind of methodically taking it downfield here. Now with 1 minute to go. Going to be 3rd down, and we're going to call it 2, a long 2. Now, we got Curie out there to the left. Smiley this time. He drives forward. That's going to be enough for the first down.
Now we got to hurry up or call a timeout or get going here a little bit.
Yep, and I believe we do. We're going to see
I like that
the
call.
timeout.
Good call.
So ball on the 17-yard line. I'm going to say 15-yard line. Yes, 15-yard line. Wolverines 1 timeout remaining, 45 seconds to go. Folks, sticking around halftime, we will have the Union Scotties Band along with the Ellwood City, the pride of Ellwood City, the Blue Band performances, and then some halftime scores, and a lot of out-of-town action going on here tonight in football fields all across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
We had football last night, and tomorrow, big stuff coming back. College football
That's right.
is alive.
Yes, it is. Little Penn State, West Virginia action tomorrow night.
Oh, it was a barn burner last night. Nebraska and Minnesota, 13-10. Last second kick.
Edge of the seat stuff going on there.
Okay, game reset here. 45 seconds remaining. 1 timeout for Ellwood City at about the 14 or 15-yard line here.
So
21-all. And
Uh-oh.
now what? They don't have any timeouts.
no, it should be out of timeouts.
Yeah, they didn't have.
Or did they give them one for the clock? Question.
Okay, well,
I'm assuming that's the only thing it could have been.
that's the only way. Yeah,
So Union
'Cause-
called a timeout.
my stat program has -1 timeout. That's not possible.
I'm sorry. I don't know what the issue was.
We unfortunately didn't catch it, and we assume that they didn't use a timeout then because. Okay, they did give
Okay.
it back. Okay,
Yep, we just did get.
okay.
Okay. So they did get the timeout back. We just got confirmation.
Thanks to teacher. Meet the teacher last night for Gary Rosansky and the rest of Ellwood City School District. So if you didn't get your Chromebook, I don't know, maybe you're out of luck. That was yesterday too.
I didn't get mine. Okay, ball on the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 Wolverines. Unique formation here. There's a handoff to Elijah around the right side. Zigs and zags, met there by a bunch of Union, but the Powell's still going.
That's real close to first down.
Yes, it is.
But you got to get back up. Let's go.
Yes, you do. Clocks are rolling. You do have 1 timeout.
You'd rather keep it.
So they did give enough for the first down.
Yep.
1st and goal. Quick handoff to Elijah, and he fumbled the ball. Who got it?
I think we
got it.
did get it.
No, the official's saying he
was
down.
down.
The
So now
official's
use a
saying
timeout.
that he was down inside the 1-yard line. So it should be 2nd down.
Yep.
They're going to try to get a play off here. Smiley, he's met, and I don't think you got to call timeout.
Yep,
You got to
timeout.
call timeout.
Call timeout.
5 seconds.
Whoo, man.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
You know what? And I don't. What Chris Smiley did there, I am fine with.
Yes.
Trying to catch him off guard. I will give the official credit for saying that Elijah was down and right outside, inside the 1-yard line. Because you can't fumble the ball forward into the end zone
Right.
to be a touchdown.
No,
anyway.
it would advance
So,
it back. Yep. My goodness, this would be huge for the Wolverines.
Yes, it would.
Because
So
they are kicking off in the second half, so this
They
would be
are.
big.
So 3rd and goal, 5 seconds. All teams are out of timeouts.
I'm not called this, Thad. My favorite play. But I don't think you can do it in high school. It has to be just the quarterback. Let's get a QB sneak, just not the Reggie Bush push. You can't do that in high school, that I know of.
No.
So just let Chris Smiley walk right behind, walk it right in.
I think
It's the 1-yard line.
You do. You let Smiley get behind the big guy, Logan McClymans, and Shane Lutz, and Evan Twiddell.
We've also seen that quick little stint handoff to Luciano, and it's set up to look like it.
But and we got O'Brien in there in the kind of back, trying the outside this time.
Oh,
No,
boy.
no,
That's
no.
not what you do. That's
Clock
not what
strikes
you do.
0.
Bad
the
call.
Union,
Bad
the
call.
Union defense bent, but did not break. Wow, Union, big stop there. That's a 7-point swing.
Yep.
In the game right there that you just can't. You drove that far. What that drive started, was that the 43? No, it's deeper than that. Oh, good googly moogly.
The 42. It was the 42 because
that
Dante
wasn't too
Pierce
far off.
returned.
So
That
no,
was
22,
not
22. Anyway,
not
they drove
good.
all that way down there to not score.
No.
That hurt. So, folks, we're going to let you enjoy the Union Scotties Band, the Ellwood City Blue Band, and we'll have some stats. So, all right, you good, Brad?
Yep.
Thanks.
What time's the game? We're at. Oh, we're coming. That game up at 7:30. You think I'm getting up at 7:30?
I was just looking for individual stuff. There we go. Thomas, 91. Nine carries. 91. 9 carries, 91. Yes, okay. 91. Elijah, 17 to 56. That's close. Gagger is 7 for 8 for 26. That's close. All right, I'll make a check with you at the end of the game. Okay. Sounds good. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I love the program I have because it's all button. Yeah. So I've got here, I can sit and watch, let the play develop, hit the buttons, boom, ready to go. And find out what the ball is. Game is hell. Yeah. Well, that's yeah, I'm a little higher. Yeah, good. I'll check with you after the game. Sounds good. Thanks, appreciate it. Absolutely.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Helling Stadium. Halftime score, it's 21-all. We've got a ball game this second half. A lot of things that can happen for both teams. We're going to go through the stats real quick if we can. Some halftime stats here. Rushing yards are in favor of the Union Scotties. That one big play of about 70-some yards for Braylon Thomas is the difference. 86 yards to 77. If you look at these numbers, it's because of two big plays. A 70-yard run, and then a 54-yard pass. Big numbers passing-wise for Union Scotties. 198 in that first half total, 86 and 112. For the flip side, Wolverines, 77 rushing yards, 54 passing, a total of 131. Last week, this is kind of a flip story, basically, Thad. Turnover hurts Wolverines last week. This week, the turnover bug hurts Union Skies with a 90-yard fumble recovery return for touchdown for Declan O'Brien. Never thought that would be the difference right now, but to be honest, after that first quarter, Wolverines' offense just kind of sputtered. They're going to have to make some halftime adjustments.
That was a 14-point swing. Yeah. The touchdown,
Huge.
the fumble return.
And on top of it, the time of possession is doubled up, 15-19 versus 8-41. Couple halftime stats here and scores-wise. Union and Ellwood City, obviously, 21-all. Wilmington is at Greenville. It is tied 7-7. A surprising number. Did not expect this one. Mars up 28-0, pitching a shutout on Newcastle. Neshannock showing they are not to be forgotten. They lost big last week, 26-0 to Sharon, but they're just beating up on Laurel. It's 32-0.
Say that again.
Neshannock.
Oh, Neshannock over Laurel.
Yep. Mohawk at Quaker Valley. Unfortunately, we don't have a score. I'm going to try and get you up to date on that one. Shenango and Western Beaver play tomorrow. It's at Western Beaver. They don't have lights, so that's a Saturday mid-afternoon game. So, meanwhile, while you're watching college football, maybe catch that one on the radio. And finally, the big one, the inaugural evening of Heinz Field at Aliquippa. We'll all know it as the Pit. Just saying, it's the Pit. 13-all Aliquippa and Armstrong in that one, early in that one.
So, Brad, getting ready here for the second half of play. Both coaches' teams, I think, had a lot to talk about in halftime.
A lot of good with a lot of bad.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, I think you're looking at one of the drives for Union. They got 30 yards of penalties that the Wolverines gave them to help that. You know, as you sit there and kind of rehash that first half in your mind, boy, there was just so much. The Wolverines, maybe we thought we're getting a little bit predictable, but it was being effective. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it in that last drive. I think that's really going to – I hope we don't have an asterisk beside that.
I hope not
final
too.
5 seconds.
I didn't want to talk about it at halftime, but we have to. Wolverines had the ball with about 4 minutes left.
4.5. Was
working that clock, got it down to 2 minutes, about the 25-yard line, and then got in a hurry-up offense. 5 seconds remaining after that timeout, down at the 1. Instead of handing it off or just keeping a QB sneak, they decide to pitch out, try to catch the Union Scotties, thinking it's up the middle because they did it for the entire drive. Unfortunately, it falls to no avail. About the 4-yard line, he's taken down. Zeros on the clock. It could be 28-21. And
it could be. And
I hope.
We were we didn't even really say it to ourselves, but our body language just kind of saying, should we hurry up a little bit more?
Yep.
You got lots of time. Yeah, you got 2 timeouts, but should you hurry up a little bit more? And it was, exactly. So Wolverines had won. We're not sure who won the toss. We just know that the Wolverines received in the first half. So now we will see Union's offense start the game right off the bat. Michael Walters up with the kick. And taken by there at the 27-yard line by number 21 around that left side. Ridden out of bounds.
Still going.
Was Dane Junkie. We've said his name several times tonight. Kept the forward progress going, and a whole host of people from Wolverines brought him down. It looks like Dotch was over there alongside Richard Cureton, who was on that kickoff team. So nice field position starting now here for Union right there at, we'll call it the 44-yard line. How many attempts did they pass? I missed that. Maybe you didn't say between the two quarterbacks.
For Braylon Thompson-Wise, he was 4 for 8 for 198.
Well, you had Stanley in there, too. He threw the touchdown.
Yep.
So there's a pitch out there. He wants to throw it. Looks like Gunny going to come back the other way. Should have kept going and not giving up. Luch and Dotch let's call them both. Luciano Gagrick stayed at home, kept everything in there, and got him slowed down. He's going to come off the field for a second, and then Dotch came in there to clean things up.
Yep, Sadaccio, Gagrick, as well as number 15, Declan Gray on that one.
Yes, I failed to mention him. And Trent Schilling checked in as they're checking Luch out on the sidelines. He appears to be okay. So a loss of 6 on the play.
That's big.
And this will be in our statistics at the end of the year of how many times you lose ground on first down and find yourself in trouble. So we don't have a play clock to look at. Quick pass out there to Gunn. Oh,
nice tackle.
Nice deal there. Declan Gray all over it. Read that play like a kindergarten book, knew the ball was going there, and met Gunn about a half a second after he caught the ball. Another
Loss
no
of 3.
gain.
Loss of 3
Loss
on
of that
3
on the play.
Yeah.
So the Union Scotties starting this drive like they did their first drive of the game, 3 and out on negative yards. Let's see if they can improve upon that here in this third quarter.
If you're the Wolverines, you want to sit back just a little bit, but don't want to go too far.
No, because you know what Braylon Thomas can do.
Absolutely.
3 wide outs, wide side right. Thomas, he wants to throw. Moves around. Staying in the pocket. Dodge is there. Drags him down.
Wow.
Caden Dodge, you got it, baby.
Another loss.
Sackmaster, another loss.
Yep.
That series of downs did not go as planned for Union, I am sure.
My goodness. That was a loss of 3 on that sack, basically. Scramble there by Thomas.
And you give the Wolverine defensive front credit
yes.
for not stopping.
Agreed.
Give the Wolverines secondary credit for keeping coverage.
And after, oh boy, now what? Timeout now?
Timeout because we couldn't figure out if we had enough players on the field.
Oh, against us?
Oh, that's big.
Ouch.
That's big.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So Wolverines burned their first timeout of the evening. Hey, I want to give a shout out to our great friend Mary at Next Level Photography. Check out Next Level Photography. She's at so many events, and if you feel the need to just go on their website, and you can download some great action shots. She's at so many of the games. She also takes a lot of the group pictures for, I know she did it the other day for,
a lot of passion
for volleyball.
For volleyball and that, yep.
Volleyball, she'll be there for basketball. She's there for football. So all the photographers, but
and let's be real.
Next Level.
That's her life. That's how she makes money.
That's her livelihood,
definitely
and she does a great job of doing that. So Mary Elizabeth out there, check out Next Level Photography, Facebook, and Google it, and you'll find your way there. Here's the kick by Thomas. This driving kick taken there on the run at the 36-yard line, up that right side, and driven out of bounds.
Was number 5, Daylon Curry.
And a nice return. I like the aggressiveness. He got it at the 36 and ended up in Scotty's territory. We're going to mark him at the 49-yard line.
So that's another stat, Thad, we're going to have to talk about. How many times do you have the ball in the opposing team's starting field position?
Yes, and that you talk about your stats. I was talking to some at halftime. Well, you know, your stats are skewed a little bit because you had shorter fields. Elijah Palmer McCain. We got a flag coming in late as number 78 got his big mitts around Jordan Brown, that was, to bring Elijah down after about a 6-yard gain. We'll wait to see what the officials are talking about.
This isn't looking good. Looks like
I
a
think
hold.
we're coming back.
Darn.
Yes, it is a holding.
Both teams shooting themselves in the foot, going in the wrong direction to start the second half.
They are. And apparently that happened at the line of scrimmage because they're going back 10 yards. So they're going to bring up a 1st and 20. So both offenses coming out. Isn't that kind of the case? So how much defense was there in the first half? There was some.
Right.
Had a track meet going on there for a little bit, and now you come out in the second half and call them adjustments, call you, well, we got a lot of football to go yet. Dumps it over, finds his man, Luciano Gagrick, and I thought, boy, that had potential.
Yep.
That really did. I loved how Smiley sold it as he wanted to go deep, let the pressure get to him, and only picked up 3 was Luch. Thought there was the opportunity there. Give Union credit for closing quickly.
Second down and 17. You don't want to play behind the sticks very often, but you got to split this in half or maybe just get some kind of gadget play, get some big yards.
Yes, get something back on this 2nd and 17. You need some positive action here. Smiley, the lefty, he wants to go deep and overshoots the intended receiver, Michael Walters. Just not quite on the same page there.
He overthrew the defender as well. At least, worst case scenario, it's not a turnover.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So kind of like a feel-out process in the second half. Both teams go in the wrong direction. Once again, Wolverines now set up with a 3rd and 17 and long. Now you're just looking for maybe, 10, 12 yards, maybe potentially.
I think you go.
It's a non-section game.
Luciano Gagger's coming out, but I like what they did last week, kind of let the wide receivers go out. You got Declan Gray on the far side and let that slant come across
middle. Yep.
and get some positive yards. And he wanted to do that. Slings it down there to Walters, and a nice play. Gets it down to the 45. Did Walters with the catch. Brought down there by, I believe, number 8, Jordan Kelly. He took that ball from the 43 to the 45, so about a 12-yard gain, and it's 4th down.
Go for it. Absolutely.
And about 6. I don't know.
I like this. It's a non-section game. You know what?
Stop with the non-section. It's driving me nuts. It's a game on the schedule. You want to win it. I don't care if it's section or not.
So then go for it. That's how I see it.
There you go. Smiley back. Getting backside pressure. Throws underneath, and incomplete pass. Oh, Daylon's Curie is pleading his case.
I think they're going to give him the catch, but obviously it was short.
No, they're moving the sticks back to the line of
back.
scrimmage.
Okay.
Smiley went back, and it was kind of that slant that I had mentioned on the previous play, and Smiley put the ball where only Curie could get it. Unfortunately, the ground was there to get it before Curie could. I'm just kidding about the non-section stuff, but it's like you play,
it's okay.
you want to win.
Well, that's why I'm saying.
I was thinking about that earlier today,
but
I'm thinking I'll go with that. Union, you're ranked number 7 in the state. You don't want to lose.
Yep.
So,
in Ellwood City, 2011, last
Thomas,
time 2-0. So
right. Thomas now in the shotgun, got 3 wide outs to the right. Going to try running up the middle and get some positive yardage. Brought down there. I think Daccio was in there. Yes, yep. Caden Daccio was in there to disrupt things. They've not tried running in between the tackles very much with Thomas. And when they have, it's been positive yardage, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. And other than that 70-yard run, they've held Braylon to 22 rush yards on 10 carries. But they're just one play away.
Well, yes, exactly. So 2nd and 6 now. Ball still in Union territory at the 49-yard line. 4 wide outs to the left. Back. Quick pass out there to number 21, and he's going to go forward for the first down. The would-be catcher was Dane Jonke, a favorite target last week, and had a touchdown catch earlier. Coverage there by Elijah Palmer McCain. That is enough for a Union Scotty's first down. So we're about 4.5 minutes into this third quarter of play, and we get our first down by either team. So ball on the near hash. 4 wide outs, short side. Braylon Thomas awaits the snap. High snap, but he gets it back. Dodge! Oh, he just missed him. Braylon Thomas going around that side, makes tiptoes up the sidelines, and he really does get back to, I'm going to say, just about the line of scrimmage. Dodge had him in his grasp, and the speedy Thomas was able to spin around it. The spin moves that this Thomas has is really turning on a dime. And now they're going to give him about 3-yard gain, but he ran about 30 yards to get that 3 yards on that high snap. So now, 2nd and 7, ball on the 40-yard line. Thomas, everything bunched up tight here to the right side, near side. Thomas awaits the snap. Oh, they did it again. This time he jumps on it and gets on it. Dodge was there once again. The center exchange to the quarterback is gone awry for the Union Scotties. That's a huge loss on that play, all the way back to the 45-yard line.
It's a 15-yard minus right there. Wow.
Wow, so you got a 3rd and 25?
Yep. About 3rd and 22.
22, okay.
Same difference. 3rd and forever. Again, same thing. Wolverine defense played well last time. Play a little conservative, but just be careful.
Right. They're inside that center's head right now.
4
Snap,
wide
much
receivers.
better. Back to pass. He's got some time.
This is Stanley.
There's Stanley. Finds his man.
Oh, boy.
Makes a man miss. Gets it all the way out to the 38-yard line.
That's a lot.
As O'Brien was there. He needed 22. He got about 19 on that pass play. And I beg your pardon, that was Stanley back there.
And that was to who again?
Good question. I missed it.
Was that Jonky?
Yeah, Jonky.
Yeah.
Stain, number 21. So Jonky, that's about his 4th reception tonight. Last week he had 8.
That's a lot of yards. That sets up an easy 4th and 5 now. That was a little too much room.
Right. Well, they had the pressure on.
Yep.
But we talk about Thomas moving around the pocket. Stanley maybe not as quick, but has the presence of
Got the
mind to
arm.
stand in there.
Yep.
And the arm to do it. Stanley, just a junior. Now, Braylon Thomas in the shotgun. 4 wideouts. And they're going to want a timeout. So a timeout now taken here by the Scotties.
And you don't want to predict anything in the we got plenty of time left, but 2 timeouts each.
I know,
Interesting.
and I'm sure they both need one to burn. Folks, hey, as we talked earlier about the football boosters and all the great things they do for the players, they can't do that without a lot of help from businesses within the community. If you come into the stadium here in any of the 6 remaining home games, you're going to see our champion sponsors. They donate for over 4 years, $1,000. So those sponsorships are Armstrong, Ellwood City Transit, Johnny's Pizza, they're new this year, Dooney Memorial Scholarship, Mary Jo's Catering and Joey's Event Rooms down there on Main Street, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, and of course, Dave's Hometown Shop and Save. Shameless plug time. Stop by this weekend and next weekend for some great homegrown fresh sweet corn. How do I know it's fresh, Brad?
I don't know.
It's fresh because my dad and myself pick it every day and deliver it there. So
I had a feeling you were going to tell me.
If you want some, Dave and Tammy there, they're doing a great job. When they say they're buying local, I can prove it to you. They are buying local produce and a beautiful produce section in there. Stop in there, see Elliot, Katie, the whole gang. They'll help you out. 4th and 5 now. High snap once again, but he gets it. Dodge comes in untouched. He's going to try to make it go, and on the 4th down, I don't think he got it.
Nope.
He's going to be short.
Yes, he is.
And
Luch
Gagrick was in there. And they gave him the first down.
Wow.
It was close. It was close. We were kind of blocked by the players, in fairness, the sidelines. However, that is a first down, new life. You go from a 4th and 22, a 3rd and 22 to a first down. That gets kind of tough.
And in 2 plays.
Right. You get 22 and a half yards in 2 plays. So 1st and 10, ball in the 33, 5 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter of play. 4 wide outs again to the right. There's nothing really too changing about there. Oh, this time he's bottled up. Can they get him? Man, he's good. Making something happen. Gets it down. He's at the 20, down to the 10, 15, or down to the 14-yard line. Brad, there was 4 blue jerseys around him behind the line of scrimmage, and he zigged and he zagged. Did Braylon Thomas
that just makes you that much more mad on defense.
Yeah,
You can
it's
get
got
him.
to be frustrating. It's
He's
got to
right
be
there.
frustrating. That's from the 33 down to the 14-yard line, so a 19-yard gain on first down. Thomas making things happen. So this time we got Stanley in there at quarterback.
Oh,
Big time hit and licked and stick 'em. Luch Gagrick was in there.
Wow.
And then came, was that Patterson comes in there, and Dotch, he's spending more time right now in the backfield than he is anywhere else, busting things up. Given a loss of 2 on the play. P.J. Du Bois in there now in the center, playing that nose guard
that was
position.
Up in the backfield. My goodness.
Yeah.
That's a highlight.
Yes, it is.
Out of town scored report 21-7 Southside up on Riverside.
So now, 2nd and 14, ball on the 17-yard line. They can get a first down. And that play is blown dead. And by the reaction of our Ellwood City coaches beside us, I wonder if we're not offsides.
Yep. Cannot give away
gonna call
3
it
yards.
encroachment. So that 2nd and 14 now becomes a 2nd and 9.
Cannot give away 3 yards.
So this drive started, on a 41?
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay.
Yep.
Been pretty much all run. Well, a couple
Yeah.
passes in there.
That was on the turnover on downs.
Yes.
5
So-
wide receivers.
4 to the left, 1 to the short side right. Thomas in the shotgun. Gets the ball. He wants to throw. Makes some resistance. Puts it around that right side. And nice tackle. Luciano Gagrick, short tackling. We're going to give him that label, as he was in there and really held that.
Looks like a no gain.
No gain on the play.
Yeah.
So 3rd and the scoreboard says 8. I'm going to go stick, say, closer to 8.5, maybe 9.
2 down territory, no doubt.
I believe I did not see the kickers warm up. Don't know what really they got for a kicker.
Because you got Stanley kicking PATs, but that last one was pretty close
Yeah.
to the post. So I have a feeling 2 down territory from here on out.
So now on this 3rd and 8, from the 13-yard line, Thomas back, the crowd getting into it. He wanted to go cross middle, but wasn't there. Throws it down wide open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Union. And that was Mike Gunn back there. Initially, Thomas wanted to go for the slant guy coming across the left side. He was well covered, and then scrambled did Thomas, was under duress, and in the back corner of the end zone was Gunn to get the catch to give Union their first lead of the night. It was Gunn, wasn't it?
I'm looking because I thought it was 25. Yep, 25. It was actually 25.
I'm sorry, Grayson Blakely, our
Yep.
first name. So Blakely. So big extra point here in close games. That is Stanley and Blakely with the hold. That kick is up, and that is good. So 2:02 remaining. A time-consuming drive there by Union. We're going to take a timeout with the Wolverines down 28-21. Welcome back, folks, as Union takes their first lead of the night, 28-21. Up kicking off is Braylon Thomas. And kicks the ball down there, and it's going to be picked up at the 22-yard line by Curie. He tries the left sideline, bogged up there by Mike Gunn to meet him, to bring him down at the 32-yard line. So about a 12-yard gain, a 12-yard return for the sophomore, Daylon Curie. So Wolverines right now, I don't want to say the offense is stale, but
Oh, it's stale.
okay.
It's stale. We need something.
Yeah,
But
yep.
again, just like Union, we're one play away from all of a sudden the crowd getting back into it, and all of a sudden things happening in our favor.
Right, and we just don't want to get that here we go again mentality. And Elijah up there, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. Big number 66, but give number 8 for stopping it, Jordan Kelly, and Robert McCurdy coming in there, the senior, to finish things off for no gain.
And
Predictability is okay when it's working, when you're getting positive
and when you have
yards.
a lead. When you have a lead, too.
Well, but major wholesale changes. About 5 blue shirts come out, 5 going in.
I think you can expect some kind of trickier pass play here now.
Well,
Because that was 3 wide receivers.
how many
that just
times has
walked
Smiley even thrown tonight?
in. Officially, as of right now, 5 for 9.
Okay. So Smiley now in the shotgun. There's a handoff. And up the middle he goes as Elijah made the first wave miss, but the second wave got him as number 8, Kelly, was in there.
25 brought him down.
Yep.
Blakely.
Yep, Blakely, yep.
So 3rd down and 5 for the Wolverines. We said during the timeout, or I said to you, Brad, during the timeout, we do not want a 3-and-out right now. You know, get some first downs, get some positive plays on this 3rd and 5.
Give me
Everything
a quick
spread
slant.
out. Everything spread out.
Oh, no. Now what? Don't tell me timeout or something. I think that was a timeout.
It was.
It was timeout Union. Yep, it was. Okay.
So during that timeout, we'll talk about our Touchdown Club sponsors. That's $750 that they've donated. Diamond Dance Academy, the T-Box, Signs by Sam, the Color Center, our great friends at Venezia Sporting Goods, who I've got so many compliments on this shirt. I'm telling you what. I'm just, yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel good because people tell me I look good. I don't get told that very often, you know, Brad? So thanks to Venezia Sporting Goods, D4 Property Services, Campers Inn, RV, and of course our Field Goal Club members, Allen's Lawn Care, Pagona's Chiropractic, Air Physical Therapy, Youngblood Paving, Allied Rubber, Stuffler Window Cleaning, great job, they come out, do mine, Spokane Orthodontics, Gagrick Brothers Painting, Myers Auto Group, Mobros Lawn Service, and of course Turner Funeral Home, Joseph Tonerman Funeral Home, and Teolis Funeral Home. Remember, they will be the last to let you down. Back to action here, 32 seconds. Talk about a quick third quarter, Brad.
Absolutely.
Just like that, but at 3rd and 5 here for the Wolverines. There's a handoff to Elijah. Meets
Stay
him in the
up.
backfield. Oh, it breaks a tackle, makes his way in there. Big run.
Is big.
That was
Oh, my.
big 6 yards for Elijah Power McCain. Made a man miss in the backfield. I think it was Kelly had his mitts on him. He shook that off and get positive yardage. Still in their own territory, but more importantly, Brad, a new set of downs. 1st and 10 Wolverines from the 45-yard line.
That's a confidence booster going into this 4th quarter for
Exactly.
sure.
I mean, that 3-and-out would have been tough to pill to swallow after going down for the first time. There's Elijah with a hole up that left side, and Gunn there to meet him, but not after a 10-yard gain. Now we're maybe starting to see Elijah's legs get to where we know they could be. Last week, ran for a whole bunch of yards, 166 of them, in fact. So the first down with 7 seconds. I think we're just going. Don't think they're going to get this off.
Nope.
So with that is the end of the 3rd quarter with the Union Scotties leading 28-21. We will be right back. Welcome back, folks, as we start this fourth quarter. Ball on the 43-yard line of the Wolverines. Wolverines got the ball. There's a handoff to Elijah. Up the middle he goes, puts the head down, and rolls forward for about 6 yards.
55 with the stop.
Number 55 in there, Denon Bowen. So going to give him about 4 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Ball now resting on the 39-yard line. Smiley. And he keeps it. No.
Yep, that was a keeper, and that was blown up in the backfield.
Yep, it was. One, the keeper, and
that was definitely supposed to be a handoff.
Yeah, but Smiley ended up keeping the ball and lost a couple yards, lost a yard on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 7.
I think because you're on the 40-yard line, I think you get any positive yards here, you could see 2 down territory. If not, you may be punting just to pin them back. 40-yard line.
It's a big decision time right now with
let's make it happen on
11
3rd.
minutes. Yep, 3rd and 7. Back to pass. Dumps
there
it
it is.
there.
Come on, come on.
Trying to drive forward.
Yep.
Was Luciano Gagrick. He gets about 3, needed 7. Going to bring up a 4th down and 5.
I have a feeling that play may have been reviewed multiple times last week where Luciano Gagrick caught it right over the middle.
Right. All right. So tackle that time, I believe, was number 53, Jamal Mitchell.
Yep. Tackling machine up front.
Yeah. We've been saying his name quite a bit here tonight. So on this 4th and 5, big play for the Wolverines. Ball on the 38-yard line. 2 wide outs on the near side. 1 wide out far to the left. Back to pass. Under pressure. Finds him in there and tackled. Oh, what a play by number 55, Denon Bowen, to keep that 4th down and 5 to really a minimal gain of about 1 yard. I like the play call. We've seen it work, but you can't go to the well too many times.
Absolutely.
In that time, Luch was just too well covered to get the yards that he needed. So Wolverines defense needs to step up here and get a stop. 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Got Michael Walters playing up there on the line along with Twaddell and Daccio. I think we're just going to get a heavy dose right now with a 1-score lead of Braylon Thomas doing what he does. And that's use his legs. There's a handoff. Up the middle. He's got a hold, got a seam, makes a man miss. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, just like that. 63 yards. Braylon Thomas, I don't know if he was touched. Give that front line of Union credit. They made a hole, and he made them pay. The Wolverines defense pay. Just like that now, it's 34-21, extra point forthcoming. You didn't want the track meet to happen. And now it has.
Yep.
So now Stanley on with the extra point. Blakely holding. Good snap. Kick is up. And that is going to be short. Extra point does not go. So with that, the Wolverines find themselves down by 13 points with 9:53 remaining in the contest. welcome back, folks. One-play drive there of 63 yards. Braylon Thomas, he's over probably 150 yards rushing now for sure with the 2 huge runs. Here's a run up and a kick by Thomas, and taken up there to 30, and he just wisely, and I'm going to give him credit for just falling on the ball. And that was number 7, Anthony Barbario. Not much he was going to do with that. So Wolverines, 2 timeouts, 9:53 remaining. Ball going to rest right there on the 30.5-yard line. Nice crowd here tonight. Don't forget, next week we will be back here Friday night. Who we play next week?
Ooh, the Carlinton Cougars.
The Cougars of Carlinton.
And they have been scored recently.
I know. They scored a bunch of points. Did you see Omaha won like 87-0?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
Anyway. 34-21. Wolverines got to make something happen. Smiley back to pass. He's under pressure, pulls up in the pocket, throws out there to Curry, makes a nice catch to 38, tries a shake and bake, face mask. There, they got it. 2 flags. They had to see it, and give Curry credit for not giving up. He would have been maybe short of the first down, but he was trying to do the shake and bake. I think we got a little grabbing of the face mask. So they'll get credit for the play, and then they're going to add on. Yes, face mask. So now the official going to mark that off.
Thinking somewhere in the ballpark of the 48-yard line.
42. That
Okay,
is
so
enough
they're
for a
only
first
5.
down. Yeah, it was a 5. I thought you saw that. Yeah, 5
I
of
did
the
not see that.
5-yard
My apologies.
persuasion.
My apologies.
So now Wolverines get life with a first down. Ball now on the 42-yard line. Smiley. Hand off to Elijah. Tries to make a man miss and ridden down. And I will say that about Union tonight. They've not given up because Elijah's got some steam ahead, but he's been brought down from behind. I'm not even sure who did it that time. Did you catch that?
Once again, Mitchell.
Mitchell, okay.
Yep.
Pretty safe bet to say his name.
Yeah.
So pickup of 2.
The other thing about Union, we're not seeing many missed tackles.
Oh, good point.
It's one and done.
Good point. And on the flip side, Thomas is just hard to tackle.
Yes.
He is. So 2nd down and 8. Low snap, but he gets it. Smiley throws it out there, and just the timing just wasn't quite there that they wanted to get the completed pass. So ball falls incomplete to Michael Walters. Kind of a beach theme tonight here with the student section. Nice student section on hand. So we appreciate all the students being here. And a good crowd tonight for a beautiful night of football. Union across the way. You thought they would travel well, not that far up the road to Union. Carlinton, they'll have a drive here next week because we had to drive it last year.
Not a bad drive down 79, but it is very, very long.
So big
going
3rd down and 8 is Smiley. Gets a snap. He looks left. He's going to be, sack master. Tyler Amicone beat his man and got in there and rode Smiley down for about a 6-yard loss. That's going to be a long 4th down.
That was actually number 3.
Tyler
Andrew
Amicone.
Cartwright.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Jeez, oh man, I'm on the wrong
It's okay.
roster.
It's okay. You're looking at the wrong
The tape,
roster.
we got to move the duct tape or Flex Seal or something because the masking tape is not working. So,
Humidity may have an issue.
yes, that could be. So I apologize. Now Gray with the punt, high end over end kick, and going to go out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So 25-yard punt for the Wolverines. Officially be 24. So ball is going to be on the 40-yard line now. Union.
Now there's only one person that should touch this ball.
I was going to say.
And that's either quarterback or you just hand it off to your running back. That's it.
Which they've not done that yet tonight, have they?
Nope. So send somebody in motion.
Every run has been taken by the quarterback.
Send somebody in motion, just run up the middle.
So, and I think he's going to do and wait for the official. The official holds up his hands.
There
that
it
means
is.
you have 5 seconds. This time they balled him up and kept him really to nothing, about a 1-yard gain if they give him forward progress. O'Brien in there leading the charge from a linebacker position. They will give him 1-yard play. But right now we don't have the play clocks going. We really don't quite understand why that's the case, but we know we don't. The back judge, the one nearest us, when the play clock gets down to 5, the field clock that they're running, you will see him raise his hands up. And in a game where you have a 13-point lead, Braylon Thomas is going to wait till he sees that man, raise his hands, and then he'll say hut. Unless he tries to catch the Wolverines off guard. So Thomas now waits, hand goes up. There's a handoff. Rolls his way forward. That was number 3, Andrew Cartwright. And Daccio is in there, and Twaddell for the stop.
That would be pretty hard if it was Amacone to change jerseys.
Yes,
Flip.
it would be. It would be. So pick up a 3 on the play. Give them 2. So you bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Big down, I think, to be honest, for both teams. Because if you're Union, get the first down, you just melt that clock a little more. For Ellwood, you got to score next drive no matter what.
You got to get a stop here. Do the Wolverines. There's the hand goes up by the back judge. Their second hand goes, he's got the 5 wave. Thomas now trying this side, holding a good call. That's going to come back as Trent Schilling. That's the second time tonight I've seen him get held. However, the flag is going to bring that back.
And that's big because that's at the lines. That's going to be 10 yards.
Yes. Actually, the hold, I think, happened in the backfield. But the new rule this year, you go from the line of scrimmage. So you're 10 yards back from the line of scrimmage. So that 3rd and 7 now becomes 3rd and 17.
Yep.
Union coming into the contest, ranked number 7 in the state. Last week they were in the top 5, and we see a lot of jockeying around right now in those positions. I believe they're 2nd in the WPIAL in the ranking. So 3rd, and we're going to call it 16. Head movement there, going to move it back further.
I have a feeling it was offsides possibly.
Oh, by Ellwood?
Yeah.
Okay, I might have missed seeing that.
I think on the close side here, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Oh, wait. Coach Bradley's thinking false start.
I just looked up at the last second, thought maybe.
Yeah, I think they're going to get him back 5 yards. It is false start.
Okay. Whew, good. So now it becomes even longer, about a 3rd and 21.
Right.
And more importantly, that clock stops.
Right, with each penalty.
Yep.
So don't forget, folks, next week, 7 o'clock. Come on out.
If you don't know where, well, first 7 games home.
Yeah. So on this 3rd and 21, Thomas gets the snap. Another one, another penalty. They're going to get delay a game.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yep, delay a game. So now it's 3rd and 26.
I was going to say at this point, I may even just sub out Thomas and just say, you know what, Stanley, run the ball, just go. Just go straight. I don't want to hurt Thomas because if you have not seen this kid live action, folks, you got to come out.
Yeah.
It is insane. You know, it reminds me of a small Terrell Pryor back in the day, making people miss. I like the running.
That's
the
pretty.
running. It's a bold statement, but you heard it here.
Yes. And that time, Oh,
yep.
no.
Yep.
I'm afraid they're going to nail him.
Yep, and that could be a personal foul, not be an automatic.
And that's an automatic first down. It almost like Thomas went down on his own.
Yeah,
or
he did.
Slipped.
Yeah, he kind of slipped.
And the would-be defender for the Wolverines came up, and I'm hoping got the helmet.
He was knocked down initially.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Behind the line. I think it was, yeah. But now they're going to call
personal foul.
Yep, automatic.
It sure looked like he was going down on his own.
Yep.
And as he came up.
It's going to be an automatic first down.
Yes, and it's the 15-yard persuasion. Although, albeit it was 3rd and 26.
Or wait, is it?
No, it's still.
No, in high school, I think. No, hold on. It may not be an automatic in high school. That's right. I forgot. I'm already thinking college football.
But we still replay the down at 3rd down. So
right.
now it's 3rd and 11.
That's more like it.
There we go.
And now the clock runs because it's defensive foul.
Right. So 10 seconds to play clock. You see Thomas just looking. 5 seconds. He gets it. Comes around this time. Makes a man miss. He bounces off of people so well, and he gets up there, and he knew where he had to get to. He kind of slid down. I think he was trying to slide in bounce, Brad.
Yep.
And that is going to be enough for a Union first down. I mean, there was Ellwood jerseys wrapped around him. So first down, and he did stay in bounds. So they stopped the clock long enough to reset the chains. 5:37. Wolverines have held tough this game. They find themselves down by 13. I believe Stanley's in there now at quarterback. He is. There's a handoff and up the middle. Twaddell was there to greet him around the ankles. Was Trent Schilling.
Yeah, Cartwright.
And Cartwright with the carry. So P.J. Du Bois, the sophomore, checking in to give Twaddell a little bit of a breather. So Stanley in there, quarterback. Clock rolling, just about 4.5 minutes remaining. Gets the snap. There's a handoff. Makes the first wave miss. And then a group of Wolverines was in there to stop Cartwright. So, and on the tackle was number 76. Is it Tristan Reynolds?
Yep.
So, going to give no gain on the play.
Actually, a loss. Loss of 2.
A loss of 2, yes,
Yep.
3rd down.
Now it's crunch time. No option here for the Wolverines, especially under 4 minutes left in this one.
Exactly.
And even then, you're going to have to get an offensive play that
It
just
almost
is
looks
a blow-up
like
play. They're going to wait.
Union's just going to be happy to take a timeout and let them 40 seconds run off the clock. And that they did. So timeout on the field by Union. They'll have 1 remaining.
No, because they had the sideline warning.
Yeah, they should have 0 officially.
Oh, I'm sorry. That box is blocking that. So anyway, the score 34-21. Big week coming up here on the sports broadcasting side of things. Don't think we have much going on Monday, Tuesday. Well, folks, if you don't know, just log on to all of our social media accounts, Facebook page, Twitter.
Yep. Facebook, our website, www.ecwolverines.com. Wolverines the second half. I wondered about stats, and I'm a big stats guy. 44 yards second half. That's it.
Right.
That's all they need.
Right. And that's kind of what kept Brentwood in the game last week.
Right.
They had back and forth, but they had 2 big plays, but they were real close to letting that game get away from them. So 3rd and 10, ball right at midfield. Thomas back in there under shotgun. Haven't seen that much tonight. Handoff that time.
I think we're going to get a timeout, Ellwood.
I would.
Believe
That ball carrier was number 24. Mike Gunn looked like to me. So Wolverines take their second timeout with a 4th, and we'll call it 9-10. 4th and 9 forthcoming.
Final score for the Riverside-Southside game, 35-7 in favor of Southside.
So punt formation now. For Union as Thomas awaits the snap. Gets the punt away this time. Fair caught there by number 5, Daylon Curie.
Good call doing that because he would have got
Yeah, for
real
sure.
right there.
For sure.
I'm just glad he held on to it, because if he bobbled
Right,
that,
right.
that would have been even worse. I'd say a good hands award there, maybe.
right.
All right, folks, game reset here, 34-21, 3:17 remaining, 1 timeout for Ellwood City in this one. Held at just 44 yards. They got to get big plays and fast.
Yep. Back is Smiley. Wants to go out there, finds his man. That's Walters, Luciano Gagrick makes a man miss and gets enough for the first down. No, that was Walters with the catch. So pick up about 12 on the play. So ball on the 38-yard line. Back to pass. Pressure, and he's taken down. Big time hit there by number 53, Jamal Mitchell. He came out of nowhere and took Smiley down for a huge loss. And that one hurt. Smiley up, moving around, but a loss of
About 7.
about 7 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 17. So ball now on the 30-yard line. There's a handoff to Elijah, and he's ridden down from behind quickly. Right now, Union's just having fun. Really no gain on that play for Elijah Palmer-McCain as we're reaching the 2-minute mark.
Give credit to Union's defense. If this is how it ends, Elijah Palmer-McCain unfortunately doesn't hit that 100 mark tonight. And that's a stat I'm going to look at. The number of times he hits 100, Ellwood usually wins.
Right. All right, makes a difference. So Smiley now. Quick, batted in the air, and it will fall incomplete. Getting in there to make something happen was number 20, Stanley. Got the hand up there for the block. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 1:33 remaining. Chances are looking slim to none here for the Wolverines, and Slim just left town. There's the punt. High end over end kick. nobody back there to receive it, and it will be down at the 26-yard line. So a nice punt there of 44 yards. For Declan Gray. I think we got a couple kneel downs, Brad. And this baby's over.
You look confused, Brad.
Just go with it.
Yep, I'm going with it. I know you know what I'm thinking. It's an NS game. So minute 21 here. It looks like the Scotties will go and improve to 2-0. How about their back-to-back weeks? My goodness.
Yes. Scored 40 last week, scored 34 tonight. As the clock rolls down, I think we're going to get one more snap. And that's all she's going to be. I'm kind of stunned, Brad. I'm not trying to be quiet here. I mean, I just don't know what to say.
Well, there's one play, and I think everybody knows it in the back of our heads right before halftime. A touchdown up on the board doesn't make the score different right now, the what-if game. But if you score that touchdown, you go into the second half with the lead. I think this whole second half plays out different.
Right. And then, give Thomas credit.
Yep, he was the
had
real deal.
Touchdown runs of 70 yards, and what was the other one, 63?
Yep.
So,
finishes with officially 179 running-wise.
So, as the clock strikes down here to 0, that is going to conclude the Gates matchup between the Union Scotties and Ellwood City Wolverines, and the Union Scotties will be the victor, winning this game 34-21.
What we'll do, Thad, is we'll take a timeout here, come back with some final stats real quickly, and we'll try to get some out-of-town scores as quick as possible. Stay with us, folks. Final score here, Scotties win by 13. All right, folks, welcome back here. Final score, 34-21 in favor of the Union Scotties. They will head to 2-0 on the season, while unfortunately the Wolverines officially will fall to 1-1, and we'll look to bounce back next week. Big one here back at Helling Stadium as the Wolverines will take on Carlington Cougars coming up from I-79. Couple out-of-town score updates. Wilmington, Greenville, we don't have an update, but it was 7-7 at one point. Final score against at Newcastle, Mars destroys Newcastle 42-6. Neshannock beats up on Laurel 39-8. We do not have a Mohawk at Quaker Valley score. Shenango and Western Beaver play tomorrow. Last time we checked, Quips and Armstrong was 13-all. We obviously know that's not the end result. And lastly, the final score, Southside beat Riverside 35-7. Some final stats from this one. Total buys by the teams. Final score was 34-21. Rushing yards, second half bombs there by Braylon Thomas, including that first one in the first half, 70 yards. You take two big plays, 70, some 63 yards. Yeah, he finished about 179 ballpark range in the game total-wise. Union finished with 167. On that flip side, Ellwood did not hit the 100 mark. They finished with 91 yards rushing. Passing-wise, give credit to Braylon Thomas, but also for the teams who are kind of scouting off them, look out for Lucas Stanley. He's got an arm as well. He finishes with some decent numbers. In fact, he finished with 50 yards on 3 passes. Thomas with 90 yards for Stanley, 56 for Thomas, 146 total by the team. Chris Miley, not too bad of an evening in general, 9 for 15 for 92 yards and a touchdown. That one touchdown was a nice grab there by, I believe that was Michael Walters. He had a long of 28, but in that second half, just not enough offense for the Wolverines. Total yards, 313 to 183. It's almost like a complete flip from last week, statistically wise. Turnovers, Union did have that one turnover, a 90-yard fumble recovery by Declan O'Brien that actually gave the Wolverines a 14-point swing as Union looked like they were going to score. Wolverines scored and made it 21-14, and unfortunately did not end well. I think, Thad, I think you and I are going to be a little bit hurt on this one. We're going to be thinking about that score right before halftime that Ellwood did not get.
Right.
Take a lead in the second half. Maybe it changes and alters the second half, but as tough of a loss as this is, they played well. There was opportunities on offense. And it sets up the Wolverines to bounce back. For the flip side, Union Skies continue to cruise. After a 12-4 season or whatnot, they come out, they're 2-0, and they're looking pretty hot there, Thad, for the final stats. So, Thad, why don't you take us on out here from Helling Stadium?
Okay, Brad. Beautiful night tonight for a football game. Unfortunately, kept a little bit short for the Wolverines. Folks, we sure hope you enjoyed listening to this broadcast. We want to thank, of course, our cameraman, Declan. I'm sorry. Hold that. I'm trying to talk to my daughter, give out nachos. I got a little too much going on. That's yours. Take it and eat it. We don't want it anymore. So, your kids say they never give you anything. I just gave her like half pizza box full of nachos.
But she was thankful. I heard a yeah.
Yeah, she was thankful. She must be hungry. So, but on behalf of Dakota Marshall, our cameraman, the man with the plan that knows everything going on, our producer Brad Windhorst, and myself, Thad Sturgeon. People ask, why do we do it? It's quite simple. For the love of the game, the players that play it, the coaches that coach it, and the fans who love it. Folks, hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Have a good night, everybody.